Recently, the courts have changed much of their language from words like custody or primary residential parent to time sharing. Time sharing is a concept in which both parents are involved in the child's life as equally as possible. And then part of this is coming up with a time sharing plan. It could also be called a co-parenting plan, but they're trying to take the legal aspects of some of this out. And what you really want to accomplish in this co-parenting plan are life stages, realistic life stages of how a child's day-to-day life is going to be. Now, obviously, if you have a toddler, anywhere from age 3 to school age 6, let's say, infants going up are different. But when you have young children, toddlers like this, there's going to be one set of plans or rules or sharing that's going to occur. And this time sharing, you may come up with certain days of the week where there are sleepovers, certain days of the weekend, rotating either from alternating weekends to 1 week here, 1 week there. But generally they don't want to be too far away from either parent at any given time. So that's going to present with a certain type of agreement. Then you've got school-age children. They get into the first grade, they go through into the 6th grade, their life changes dramatically. Now going to school becomes an important part. How they get there, when they're picked up, what happens when they're sick, what happens when their needs are met. These are other ideas that need to be put into this time-sharing plan. And then think about it through the life stages, how this is going to affect your child as well and yourselves. Then pretty soon you're going to have someone in middle school, then you're going to have someone in high school. And as you imagine these stages rolling out, it's very, very easy to see that their lives are going to be very different. You will go from one set of necessities, needs, that you're going to have to offer your child to very different emotional needs through the growth of the child. So bear in mind that when you put together any type of time-sharing agreement, that these life cycles should be incorporated, and you should approach them as best as possible with some foresight as to how these will occur. How do you come up with a co-parenting plan that makes sense? Well, it requires a lot of cooperation and a lot of mediation. And what I mean by mediation is sometimes it's not easy to communicate everything that could possibly happen with your ex or with whomever you're sharing custody with this child or sharing time with this child. There's going to be a whole series of potential things that come up. Holidays, what happens on a birthday, both for an important person in this child's life to the child themselves. How about your birthdays? All of these things need to be considered when you go into the time-sharing agreement. You've got to consider what is the best scenario for flexibility and when is flexibility just not possible. I think in structuring a plan with these type of ideas in mind, what you come up with is ultimately a framework that is consistent throughout the life cycle of the child, but flexible enough that when major changes occur, that it's not a huge requirement in order to modify it, even temporarily, for a few weeks, a few months. I mean, changes can be made. Think of the framework as a flexible net. It's cast over the situation, but it's not so binding that you can't produce some type of consideration when it's needed and when it's important.